Hi guys, this is a progress video for late summer. I wanted to show you guys the activity going on here in the garden during our 5-day lockdown in Melbourne or Victoria. Doesn't seem to affect the fruito. No matter how many days we are locked in, whether it's 5 days or 5 months, it's business as usual with the papaya, which, as you can see, has started to finally grow since being planted out in December, the beginning of summer. And now at the end of summer, it's grown what, 1, 2, 3, barely 4 feet, but it's come out wide, at least 2.5 feet, maybe 3. So that's a good report there. And here the Kensington Pride seedling, which I planted back in spring. I wanted to show an update on that as well. As you guys can see, with the heat we've had on and off, it's been the coolest summer in like 20 years in Melbourne. This guy here, nonetheless, shot out and did his thing, which is pretty awesome. And I have high hopes for this guy here for long term. Also, here is the Custard Apple, or Atemoya. This is the Paxton Prolific, which I've had for 6 years, and I made a big mistake last when was it, last spring, last winter, a few months ago, by chopping it, giving it a chop. Not a good idea. There were a few people that recommended doing that, suggested, and I wished I hadn't. So I'm not going to be trimming anonas anymore, except for space, if I have to walk through or if it's touching something, but not for just for the sake of pruning. It didn't seem to make any difference for this tree. And it didn't make a difference on my cherry moya either. So other than that, it's looking really healthy, as it does every year. I haven't had any fruit set on any of the anonas, so that's a little disappointing. But we persevere and march on and let the tree do its own thing. The other white Zapotes here are doing great after I gave them a big butchering a month ago. Here you can see they're coming back. Look at that. All 7 white Zapotes are coming back like this since I butchered them. And it's all over. It's all over the trees, right? It's currently 7 p.m, almost sunset. But I wanted to make a quick video to let you guys see what it's like after, what, a week? How long has it been since I filmed? A week or two? As you can see, the passion fruit has taken off like a rocket. It's going up to the power lines, which I have to control soon. And we've already had a dozen passion fruit, which is pretty good. It's a sweet variety, so I'm really rapt that it wasn't sour, because I've had a few sour ones in the distant past. So this is my first decent passion fruit. Happy to report. The Gurumi Chamas, we had the last ones a few days ago. This is all done until winter. We get a second crop in winter, but the main crop is in early summer. So I was happy with this, but only because of the netting. No netting, no fruit. And the lemon guava, yellow cherry guava, is getting ready to ripen. These have been maturing now for a couple of months, as you have seen before. Lots and lots of lemon guavas, like literally over 1,000, I would say. Some of them will fall once they start to ripen. So I just let it do its own thing. I don't touch anything. I don't pull them off. So yeah, a lot of good stuff with the guavas. Guava is always rock solid here in Zone 9B. And speaking of guavas, I'm watering the Indian white guava, which has done really well in the last couple of years here in the ground. And for those who are interested how I water, this is how I water. The hose has been running now for about 10 minutes on each tree. I have it on the lower setting, and just let it do its own thing. It's about 2 hours to water all the trees like this. But guys, this is the best way to get to know your trees. Spend time with them rather than push a button, go inside and sit on the couch. Oh, and I also prune the tips off the guava, and we use these for tea. Did you know that you can use guava leaves for tea? Try it. It's amazing. Not these ones. The fresh ones. Yeah. I'm sure that the old ones can be used too, but why use those when you got fresh ones, right? And here it is here. The Indian white, which is now finished flowering. It's been flowering for the last 2 months, or 6 weeks. And now it's set all the fruit, a couple of hundred fruit, right? Fruit flies everywhere. I think the fruit flies have arrived from Queensland. So, yep. And more white Zapotes here. Check it out, it's insane. The first ones will be ready in a couple of weeks. This one here will be the first one. This one, this one. Can you see the color? See the difference in color between these? See the green and the yellow? Well, you know which ones are first, aren't you? These two. These will be coming in about a week or two. And that one. And probably this one here. So we have about 4 or 5 white Zapotes that will be ready at the end of summer. The Nam Roi is coming along nicely. The Vietnamese variety. Check it out. It still has a couple of months. Actually, it still has 4 to 5 months to go before it's ready to eat. These are ready in winter. Pomelo. This is the small tree I have. I've got another big one at the back, which has got over 20 fruit. And as for the mulberry, check her out. 3rd butchering or trimming since July, since winter, right? Since winter last year, 3rd trimming. I'm telling you guys, be very careful about this white shatut. It's starting to fruit again because we missed out on the spring crop. I butchered it real hard in winter, and we only got a handful of mulberries in spring. So this is the 2nd crop. It gives 2 crops, one in spring and one in autumn, which is next month. Yeah, it looks like a small crop though. The main crop is spring. So be very careful where you plant this guy. I mean, look at the trunk. It's only been here for 5 or 6 years. I'll show you my foot. Here's my foot. Look at that. Okay? So be very careful where you plant this bad boy. Be very careful. I've crammed in all these trees around it, But the problem's up there. Up here's the problem, right? Up there, not down here. Down here there's nothing. So again, I can't stress it enough. Here's another angle from the house. The trimming I gave it up there. See that? I wish I could get that mulberry out of there, but because I can fit all these trees. But what is done is done. Another menace is this Bougainvillea or Bougainvillea. Check out the vigor. Check out the vigor on this guy. I got him about 5 years ago, together with the other Bougainvillea down at that end, which is pretty much self-controlled. Don't have to worry too much about it. Just a few trimmings. But this guy, he's worse than the white Chatut mulberry. I don't know what variety it is, but check it out. Check it out. Look what I have to deal with in summer and autumn. He's gonna be, no matter how much I cut him, cut, he always goes back up there within a month during the growing season. So what I'm planning on doing, because this is valuable real estate, right? Very valuable. I could put another tropical fruit tree there, or a papaya, up against the hot bricks in winter, and get rid of this sucker. He hasn't flowered. He's been there for 5 years, 6 years, and he's never flowered. And if you don't know what a Bougainvillea is, they're beautiful flowers from New Guinea. Have a look. They're very common in the tropics. Absolutely stunning. This one has just finished flowering and is starting a second crop. They flower like 4 or 5 times a year. It's all messy, but at least he's in check. I can keep him under control. But this one here, he's gonna have to go. He's gonna have to go in winter. I'm gonna pull him out and start fresh with a new tree there in spring. We can't have this nonsense. What's that up there? What's that up there, guys? There's more papaya growing here. I just wish this guy had the same vigor as that Bougainvillea I showed you. So you could have been up to there by now. Right? See how it works? They're both tropical. They're both in the same location. But slow. Really slow. Full sun all day, at least 10 hours a day. Maybe 12 hours of sun. And that's summer. So that's summer growth. I don't understand why the papayas aren't shooting off here. But one thing that is shooting off is this guy here. Another mulberry. And this mulberry is the opposite of the white Chatut. Opposite as in behavior. Check this guy out. How well behaved he is. Barely 5.5? Yeah, 5.5 feet. Tops. That's like 1.6 meters. That's what you want from a tree. Bursting with fruit, right? Short for easy management. He just started fruiting last week. This is the autumn crop coming in March, and he's loaded just like it was in spring. So 2 good crops from the red Chatut. I'm going to be using the Australian terminology. I know that in America it's called the Pakistan, but here we call it Chatut. So look at that. See how you can see what works and what doesn't work in your climate? This is effortless. I don't have to do anything to encourage him or help him. Unlike the papaya that needs this and this and this and this and this. Just needs too much. I can't give him any more than summer sunshine for 10 hours. Same with that one back there. What are they doing down there? They should be up to over the hedge by now. They're healthy, but they're not soaring like the Bougainvillea and the mulberries, guys. Okay, this is the Wampy. And the Wampy is another amazing, absolutely amazing success story here in our climate. This year it's got like 100 times more fruit than it had last year. I've never seen so many Wampy fruit, so I'm really excited. I just wish this was the mango tree, right? The mango holding this many mangoes. It will one day. Just got to be patient. Just like I've been with this Wampy. This Wampy is 6 years old, and it's only, how tall was the mulberry? 1.5 meters. This is 1.4 meters or 1.3 meters. Very short. It should have been at least 10 feet after 6 years. See how short it is? Well, what can I say? It is what it is, right? But check out all the clusters of fruit that we're getting in April. These come in April, just in time for Easter. Look at that. Love it. It's one of those rare exotic show piece type of trees. So taste, but unique and different. That's the big selling point with these. I also want to show you guys an update on the bananas quickly. These are the ones on the side of the house next to our bedroom, bathroom, ensuite window. Right? A beautiful sight to see every morning when you're showering. The shower is in there, brushing our teeth, looking straight out to the tropics, and that's all year round, not just now in summer. So absolutely spectacular. Don't forget to grow your bananas here in Melbourne. And yes, they do fruit, in case you haven't watched my other videos. Look at that. I don't know if you can see that, but there's a big rack there of bananas, and another rack right there on that one. There you go. So we've got two racks here. One here and one over there. And over here, it's getting dark now. I've only got like half an hour of light. We've got more bananas, and another one I planted here last summer. So he's coming up now. So there's the rack right there. Full on rack. Hard to see now because it's dark. But loaded. And we'll probably get a couple more racks from this cluster here over autumn. Yeah. And there's more. There's much more. There's another rack right there. I'll do another video on the bananas when it's sunny, but you get the idea. It's hard to show with a wide screen, the wide angle. And here with the Glen mango, look how it's grown since Christmas. In the last 6 weeks, it's like gone. See this area here? That's where it was back in December. So all this up here, that's all new. That's all new. All this is new. This huge part here is new. A little bit of that is new, and down here, that's all new too. And at the back, there's a few more. And so all this here is new. That crest. You want to see the fruit, right? The only remaining fruit. Well, there she is. She's still in there. She hasn't dropped. So fingers crossed, about another month, around the end of March or sometime in April, this guy should be ready. Look at that. Look at that, guys. Mango in Melbourne, in ground. You better believe it. Still waiting on this Panama berry or Jamaica cherry to open and give us the first flower, first fruit. Yeah, guys, this tree in the tropics is like nothing. It's meaningless, but wow, it's so challenging to grow here in my zone 9B. But the tree is doing great. I've been watering it. It doesn't like being dry during the dry periods. So it's gone over the fence by about 12 inches and it's doing great. Getting new leaves, dropping the old leaves. And over here I've got the other one, the other Panama berry. Jamaica cherry. That's also about 20 inches over the fence, but no sign of flowers on this one, or buds. Getting a little protection too from these bananas. Check out these bananas. These pups. These are pups. Wow, huge leaves. So there you go. And my neighbour's pomegranates, look at those, look at that. Huh? On my side of the fence, of course. There's like 20, at least 20 on this side. Thank you, neighbour. Thank you very much. Isn't he so kind? And here's another lemon guava, which is grown really well in the last couple of years. It was like down at my knee high 2 years ago, and now it's right at my face, on my chin. So it's doubled in height in 2 years. Here's the black Zapote, the tallest one I have, standing at around 2.5 meters, maybe higher. Yeah, maybe 2.6. So my hand goes about that high, and that's still higher. So 2.6, 2.7 meters, doing really well in the ground. One of 5 black Zapote I have, after buying 2 new ones a couple of weeks ago. This is doing great. Just waiting for it to get more bushy, because as I said in the last video, it lost all its lower leaves when I planted it a couple of years ago, and it's coming along nicely. Be another year before it becomes nice and round and bushy. Chocolate pudding fruit tree. So this is only a summary of the front yard. Showed you about 60% of the trees. I didn't show you any of the stone fruit, or my pomegranates, or my new persimmons, or the carob, or these bananas, or the other white zapotes, or apricot. So a lot more, but I wanted to do it quick. There's a lot of stuff here, guys, and I've also got the pineapple guavas along the driveway, and the West Indies key lime, which after 5 years has finally started to explode with fruit. It's taken 5 years for the key lime to explode. They told me you couldn't grow it here. Yeah, right. There's a Suriname Cherry, which hasn't fruited yet, but it's trying to do something here. See that? That looks promising. It did this back in spring, tried to flower, and they all dropped. So it's trying again now in late summer. And more pineapple guava, and the mango, which you already saw. Let's go to the back, guys, and see what's going on at the back. If I have time, that is. It's getting dark. The lens doesn't like the lighting. Oh, before we go out to the back, this is the progress on the 4 guavas I have in pots. The China pear, the purple guava, the Mexican cream, and Malaysian red. This guy came up really well. This is the one that died last winter or early spring. What a comeback. Huh? Nice. He's standing at about almost 2 feet. And looks like the Mexican cream has set fruit. Just about. And it's loaded. My first ever Mexican cream fruit coming up. I don't know when these will be ready. Probably winter, I'm guessing, just like the other guavas. But look at the health. Look how beautiful it is. Check out the leaves. And this is in a pot. Not ideal. It can be done, but not ideal. I want these guys in the ground. I don't want them in pots. And that's the purple. Purple's a different kind of guava altogether. Like the this is like the strawberry guava. And back to the beginning with the China pear. This is also similar to the tropical guavas. But check out how healthy they are. Again, in pots. Right? So, champions. Let's go to the back. Looks like I've almost hit 30 minutes, so what I'm going to do is stop it here and continue with the backyard in a part 2, guys. Hope you enjoyed part 1. Check back again for this second half of the video from the progress report on the garden late summer. Thanks for watching. We'll see you from part 2.